Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So this is what I was doing today. I have a band-aid on because this is take 2. These are extremely sharp. Be careful when you use them. Always make sure you close them when you're done, but I'm going to use it, so that's why it's still open. So what I'm doing today is, the other day I was using this parchment paper to protect my desk surface. I'm very messy, so it didn't work, and I do have ink on here. But then I was using it also to paint something for a journal that I'm working on, and I didn't want to throw it away because I realized that this could be a really good start to a background for a mixed media journal. And so what I'm gonna do is I tore all these down to the size I wanted. My paper cutter was tearing it too much, and so I just made sure that it was small enough to fit into my 8x10. And so as I was cutting the water paper color that I'm going to put in between, I'm going to have 2 of these and then watercolor paper, and then 2 of these and watercolor paper. And I found this while I was looking for something else, and this is what it's going to go in. So what my idea was on this was, I had some extra canvas that I was using for something else, and then I decided that's not really what I wanted to do. I was trying to learn how to paint, and I don't really have time for that right now. It's very time consuming. So what I did was, I have these 10x8 left over, and I just took some paper that I got from, this is double-sided paper, scrapbook paper that I got from Walmart, and I glued it on here. I inked the edges, and then I punched holes in it so these binder rings will be, you will be able to take away and add pages to it. So I'm going to set that aside for now, and we're going to go back to cutting. So this is how I cut myself. Where'd my ruler go? Okay, so that is 8x10, and so I want to make sure that it's just a little shorter than 8x10. So we're gonna go 9 3/4 and save these, because you never know. You could fold these in half and make little notebooks out of them with scrap paper that you have. So then this side we're going to cut it, let's see, 8, so we're gonna go 7 3/4. And that's not straight, and that's okay, because it will fit in there. And so we're gonna take those 2 and then just keep doing that until we've gotten all our pages. And I seem to have one out of place, so I'm gonna have to count that. And I'm gonna try and keep my videos as short as possible. I said this in an earlier video. One video that I did took 75 hours to upload, and if I'm gonna get anything done, I don't have 75 hours to wait for a video to upload. So I'm gonna try and keep this about 10 or 15 minutes. So and also this is the top, because it kind of curled up a little bit, and I want to cut that edge off, just so the paper will lay flatter when it's in that book. Oh, see, and that's exactly how I cut myself. Okay. And I hope this idea works, because I think it would be really neat. I was watching this woman on YouTube. I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce her name correctly. Marime, something like that. She does a lot of watercolors, and she makes pretty pages. I haven't seen, I just found her on YouTube recently, and so I have not seen a lot of her videos, so I can't tell you exactly what it is that she does for the most part, but I think it's I think it's mostly mixed media. The few that I have watched, that's what it's been. She uses a lot of watercolors, watercolor paints, and then she makes little pretty pictures with cutouts from I guess it's scrapbook paper. They do have a shop. I have not Googled that yet, but I will when I get a minute. And so that's the last one. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I have them all in the order that I want, and I checked this out earlier, and my crocodile, no, I'm not even in screen. My crocodile kind of makes the hole go a little not round. So what I'm gonna do is cut 2 of them at a time, and how I'm gonna do that and make sure that the holes line up is I am going to put the top aside. This is the bottom, and I'm gonna decide which papers I want where. Actually, I should probably do this the other way. How would that work? This way. Yeah, upside down. So we can get the holes where we want them. Yeah, I think that's how it's gonna work. All right, well, if not, we'll see. Okay. So grab a pencil, put your little marks in there, and put these together, and then let's see if that's gonna work. And I use the 3/16. You have 1/8 and 3/16, and we're gonna use this 3/16 side. Okay. Okay. And that's gonna be our top. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this one here, and I'm gonna put the rings in so we can just start adding as we go. I hope this works. I don't even know why I thought of this, but I hate to throw things away, and so I kept these around just to, you know, stare at them for a little while to think about how I could use these without having to toss them. Okay, so I'm gonna put that to the side, and hopefully those will stay in there. And then we're just going to line this up. And this side is textured and this side is not, and so I want the textured side up. And so we're just going to make it flush with that. Actually, make sure that's lined up so it's kind of centered. And then again, take our pencil and make our marks there. And then make sure you have the 3/16 side. And we're just gonna punch those holes. And now that I've already punched the holes on that, you gotta try and be pretty accurate. Otherwise I'll have to get more paper out or reinforce that with other scrapbook paper so I don't lose it. Okay. I probably should have done the majority of those and just showed you one or two. And actually, I need to use a black marker because I don't think that's coming out right. Well, I rearranged all my stuff and now I can't find anything. So I guess we won't be using a black marker. Yeah, I can't see that. Okay, black marker to the rescue. Okay. Let me put those two sides. See, I think that's already a very good background to start and do whatever it is you want to put on there, whether it's paint, drawing with like colored pencils, gesso, and I don't even know. Maybe go check out Marime. I'll see if I can't figure out how. Well, I think, yeah, I think I know how to add her, so you can see. So you can just click her link. Okay, well, that wasn't really where it was supposed to be, but I did make the pages a little bit smaller than the 10 by 8, just to make sure that they'll all fit. And you know, this is art, and so I suppose technically they don't have to fit exactly. It's just however you want to put it in there. Okay, so put that where we want it. Yeah, so the reason I keep being out of camera is because when I figured out how to screen mirror to my TV, I actually had to switch out the TV that's in my bedroom for the TV that was in my office, because my cell phone is not recognizing the TV that I had in here. And yeah, and that was kind of a bear to do, because the TV that was in my bedroom is like 6 inches bigger than this one here. You know, I'm just gonna do all that at the end. So needless to say, I had to rearrange my desk just a little bit in order for that TV to fit. So that's why not everything is where I want it to be yet. And I purposely left this side blank because that way you can put on there whatever you want, you know, paint it, doodle. I realize it is canvas. I don't know a lot about mixed media art, but if that's your thing, yeah, I think I'm gonna try and take the time to learn just a little bit more about it, because I think it's interesting. Yeah, just watching the other people that I've found on YouTube. I've always been a kind of out of the box kind of creative, if you will, and it's interesting to see others work and what they come up with just, you know, a lot of these people that I watch, they just are going by what's on their desk. So I don't know, maybe they get everything ready beforehand, who knows. I know that I do, only because, you know, like I said, it takes a long time for me to upload. And so I need to be careful, you know, time-wise. I need to pay attention. and these aren't gonna all be exact. So if they're if they're hanging off the edge of your out of the edge of your book, you can either tear or cut that off, or you can leave it as is if that's how you like it. I like things kind of not so uniform. I think it gives it that more of a handmade look. And not quite so store-bought. Okay, so this is one that was not the exact size there, and so I'm going to make sure that that's on the bottom, because if I choose to later, I can always trim that down just a little bit more. And yeah, so my screen mirroring on my phone is going in a different direction than it was yesterday. So that's why I'm kind of having a hard time keeping it in screen, because I can't really see. It's like up and down on, actually I'm kind of sideways on my TV right now. But I had to do something about that, because I'm used to sitting down when I work, and I think I said it in another video, my desk is usually so messy that, like when I'm doing stuff like this, trying to poke holes into things, I'm usually doing that on my lap, just because there's so much stuff on my desk. And my paper trimmer, I usually have that in my lap as I'm using it, because there really is no room on my desk. So yes, I am that messy, but you know, that's okay, because that mess does not leave this room, so I'm fine with that. Somebody told me last week that creative people tend to be a little bit messy with their craft space, which is funny, because my office that I work in, see now that hole's a little off, but that's okay, we'll make it work. There we go. So yeah, so the office that I work at, my real job, if you will, was a little cluttered when I started, and somebody came in the other day that hasn't been in there in quite some time, and they said, wow, this place looks great. And I was like, thanks, you know, because it was starting to, it looked like the inside of my head, right? Very cluttered, and I can't work like that. I need a pretty clean, organized space. And okay, I didn't get that one. Where's that one gonna go? The outside can't look like the inside is what I'm trying to get at, you know, because otherwise I wouldn't get anything done. Okay, that's one I'm missing. Am I going to be able to see that through? Oh, maybe that one. Oh, that hole might not make it. We'll see. That's the top. Okay. So I do have a few journals that I've already made, and a friend of mine gave me this little chair that is actually a plant stand. And the other day I made some pillows for it, because there is no backing to it. It's just, you know, like a garden chair, and there's a hole in the seat so you can put the plant in there and make it look really cute. And so I made couple of pillows the other day that would fit in there. And so what I'm gonna do after this is I'm going to take some pictures of the journals that I have, because I'm trying to get my website going. And just like this, everything for me is a learning curve. You know, I mean, I'm not like a dinosaur or anything. However, when I took computer sciences in high school, they were teaching us BASIC and COBOL. So Bill Gates had not been heard of yet. So that's where I stand on the technology end of things. But I'm learning as I go, and that's how I learn. Is I don't know, I'll figure it out. And I've had to figure out a few things when it comes to this YouTube thing, but I am getting better, so we'll see what happens. Okay. Oh, I'm already at 21 minutes here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stop here because you kind of get the idea, and I'm gonna put all this together and then just do the rest of there's only 3 left. I'll just do those later. So this is my plan. I want this piece on the bottom, just because this parchment warps. And I'm sure that when you use watercolor, see, here I am standing up again. I'm sure that when you use watercolor, I already started it over here, that your paper will warp also, but I guess that's what heavy books are for, right? I have a dinosaur of a dictionary that when I need to make sure something gets make sure somebody gets flattened out. Yeah, when I need to make sure that things that were glued need to be flattened, I put them in that book, or underneath that book. You know, I use that one to press flowers in from my garden and stuff like that. Okay, so you kind of get the idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop right there, and I'm going to close these up so you get, well, so you at least, oh no, I got to put the top on, the back on. Jesus. And I can see that the marker has kind of gotten those edges right there. But okay, so this is not complete. However, this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. So you'll be able, you have this whole spot here to make your cover however you want it, right? And then you got, I love this, it's so pretty, this, I love those colors, but always believe that something wonderful is about to happen. And then you have all these pages that some of them already have a background for you to get creative on. And there you go. Decorate those however you will. And then you got the back. And then you can also, well, that's not going to close, right, is it? And then you also have this side here that you can doodle on or paint on or do whatever it is you need to do that makes you happy. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you in my next video. Have a great day.